Okay. So meeting notes from last week. Last week, GitHub migration, work items, new API. Okay, fixed. Sorry, Marek, you had an issue with some echo, so I muted you. Validated source code import, Daniel migrated, blah, blah, blah. Documentation is okay. Clone PR, okay. Okay, so status. We are 4/14/2015. So about last week, GitHub migration. So about GitHub migration, so it's done. It's done. Who didn't know that we had migrated already to GitHub? Okay, everyone knew. Right. So now the GitHub repository is this one. So the migration was done yesterday. So this weekend I worked on migrating the issues using the new GitHub API, and it worked well. So I started running it yesterday because we were hitting lots of spam on the work items, and I'm like, okay, let's do that because issues with Codeplex right now. And as I started, I realized that some of the issues point to the item that they fixed. Let me check this one, for instance. Yeah, you see, fixed in Shenset and with the SHA-1 number. And actually, GitHub also supports that. So I stopped the import and recreated the repository to first import the source code. This way, we will have the SHA-1 for the commits. This way, we'll have the SHA-1 for the commits, and during the import of the issues, we have these nice links to the commits. This one I can't find. It's like Whack-A-Mole, the game, trying to find who is making the noise. And going back there, and you see we have the nice links, which are on GitHub. Beautiful. So everything went well. Some notes. So during the import, all the milestones have been imported. The milestone in GitHub would map to the releases in Codeplex, and every one of them open and closed. So you can close a milestone, meaning you can't assign it anymore. And what I did, the rule I used is that if the milestone is older than 1 year, I was closing it by default, and this one should be also closed, by the way. So let me see if I... Oh, no, what did I do? How do I cancel? Ah, crap. 1.9. It was that. Okay. Yeah, I need to get used now to GitHub. So yes, we can go to issues. Let me do that. There should be milestone somewhere here. And the 181 should be closed. This one, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. How do I close?
On the right-hand side, you got edit.
Oh, yes, yeah. Thank you. It wasn't, yeah. I thought there were other things, no, related. Thank you. So this one is fixed. So issues. Also the labels. I imported the labels, and by labels, multiple things. I tried to map the... So in Codeplex, there are 3 statuses: the active, proposed, and closed. Okay, 3 main statuses. And then there is a type, which is fixed, resolved, duplicate, won't fix, and so on. So whenever an item was active, I tried to assign a label which was either bug or enhancement or task. So all the old active issues on Codeplex now have bug, enhancement, or task, which will make sense, which will, let's say, mean they are active also here. They've been triaged. If they don't have any label like bug, enhancement, or task, it means they are proposed. So if I go to the issues here, we have 2 new items today and some from last week, and you see those ones, they haven't been triaged. Okay.
So does that mean when people create issues, they can't put these labels on them themselves?
They can actually, I think. So we'll ask them politely not to do so. But I think they can. You can try to create. Another issue is that if you create an issue, we can't delete it. We can just close it. And by default, it's open in Orchard, in GitHub. So I will be using label. We can change it, but for the import, I try to use what I thought was the best way. So I imported these ones. I also imported the component from Codeplex, which it was linked to. There is a sort of components like area of work, contents, dashboard, admin. So this is why we see admin, alias, audit trail, Azure blob. So things like that. Those ones are from components in Codeplex. We might want to delete them at some point. I don't know if they are making too much noise, or rename them. Then resolved is when a work item was marked as fixed. I tag it with resolved. And I also imported the high, medium, not the low, because the low and nothing, I didn't care. But if it was marked as medium and high, I will also import it. Okay.
Why not the lows?
Because there was no way, I think yes, it was it. I think it's the default value in Codeplex. Somewhere in the database, also in the database, there was 0, 50, and 100 for severity, and they map it to different values, and I think I could not find the low values. There was a default somewhere. Maybe it was another flag to load to get it, but I didn't do that. These were obvious, high and medium.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying the issues that we had before that were low, they were still migrated, just the tag is missing?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's it for the issues. Just to explain to people how it worked, how the import worked. You will see they all have been created by the account named OrchardBot. It's because the new API in GitHub needs an account and will submit the creation. So the title of the issue and the first comment is the issue itself. And the other comments, here there is no other comments. Crap. Let's take this one. And the other comments are actual comments to the issue. Okay. But in the new API, it's one call, including the issue itself and the comments. And it has to be done under one single user. So we used an OrchardBot account, which is like, let's say, a service account. And in each comment or text, we will mention who created the issue. If it's linked to a work item in Codeplex, the link to the work item in Codeplex. And for the comment, same thing. Whenever the Codeplex account was mapped into the Excel file that we released, like this, we would convert and use an @ to link to the user account in GitHub when something happened. Okay, so here's Tipke. If it was not in the file, then we just wrote in bold the name of the account, because we didn't want to use an at here and make a mistake to link to someone who is not actually the, conflicts between Codeplex account and the GitHub accounts. And if a user was assigned to the bug in Codeplex, then I kept the user here, if it was also mapped. So in this case, Sipke was assigned to this issue, which must be from the layout thing, correct? So the assignment is still propagated in GitHub. If either myself or Bertrand closed a bug, then this account, myself or Bertrand, was used to close also the bug on GitHub, because Bertrand gave me an Auth token, so I could call the API using his account. It was just not for fun, but yeah, let's do that. It was easy for me to do that, so I tried and it worked. Otherwise, OrchardBot is closing it and assigning to milestone. And
I didn't notice the participant thing working in every case, though. Like,
sure.
my picture didn't come up on any of the participants.
Oh, no, participants. It's so. In this case, you see Sipke.
Oh, it's the
assignee. He's just mentioned in a comment. He's not a participant because OrchardBot is the creator of the comment. He's the participant. And here is the assignee. So when you are the assignee, and you will see there are some cases where you are the assignee.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I understand. Yeah, that's cool.
You see Bertrand is the assignee. Or maybe he closed it.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's fine.
So now it will be better. But, yep. So that's, I think, all for the issues. And all of them have been imported. So, just to mark GitHub migration, issues imported. Well, first, done, official. All issues imported. Source code imported. Then to do, I will explain. PRs.
Is the CI server pointing to GitHub now?
No. So we have many things to talk about. So CI, website, what else?
What we should do with Codeplex?
Yep.
Should we close all the bugs on Codeplex? Should we close all discussions and so on?
Yes. Some of them we already know. We just need to make it public. So issues, what to do with issues, forum, pages, what do you say, PRs, and this is why I put it there. So PRs, what else? Everything, issues, forum, PRs, pages, project itself. What else? The Net Foundation.
Source code.
Source code, yes. What else?
So we might mention the documentation. I looked into GitHub pages, but it turns out that they're even worse for us than the wiki. So we should just stay with the solution that we have.
Yeah. Good. What else from last week did I miss? Okay, so Codeplex issues. So I suggest that all new issues that are created since yesterday, we close them. Directly we close them and we comment, please open it on GitHub and make a link there. Okay? And we can do it during every triage for the next weeks so that people at least have an answer in 1 week about, no, this is not where you should put your bugs. You should put them on GitHub. Then, do you agree with that?
Well, what happens after the first week? We delete the whole account?
First week. The first week of what?
You mentioned that we would do this
for a few weeks.
For a few weeks, okay.
Yeah. And maybe we'll do it all the time. We'll see how it goes. But at least for the next week, we need to remember to close them. So close all issues as they are created. But if people with write access, Lombic, Bertrand, Nick, whoever sees an issue created on Codeplex, just close it and mark a comment. Copy paste the same comment. Close issues as they are created and forward the users to GitHub. This will be also a good way to let people know that we are using GitHub now. I missed the icon.
But wouldn't it be better to kind of put the whole repo in some sort of read-only mode so people can't create new issues?
I agree. Everyone agrees, but there is no way to do that. So I asked. I asked the Codeplex guys, and they say nope. What they can do is put a banner. I didn't quite understand if it was a banner to use or they can.
I think we should be a little more assertive with them because
I see the banner.
They have to do one of two things. They have to cut the spam or enable us to put the site in read-only. I mean, they have to do one of those.
It's all right. I marked it. I did it, Sebastian. How did they get rid of issues?
Well, let me show you. Maybe that works actually. Let me show you. Outro.codeplex.
Yeah,
you can configure it so that it doesn't have the issues tab, but then it's gone.
I don't know. Wait. Maybe the links still work. That's the,
Yeah.
But we can't do that for discussions. And
same thing.
So we still have the issue of spam on discussions.
Well, discussion is another discussion.
Uncheck that and allow users to comment on wiki pages.
and I would suggest on the homepage edit on Codeplex, you just have that we've moved info. Don't have any other info about like just that first paragraph only, and then remove everything else.
Yes.
Agree.
Yes. But this is why I want to talk about pages. What we do with those pages. Okay, so let's write it down. So remove all the content, but some of the content might be interesting in GitHub, like the README. This could be the README in GitHub. That would make sense.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But it does. Yeah, just remove it here and move it there. Definitely.
Okay. So, but remove all the content. So we agree, and there is just one page. That's crazy today. It's like everyone is typing so loud on their keyboard. Do we have? It's full. Crazy. Look at that.
40. That's our top. 40 is our highest number.
Even Gert is here today. Hi, Gert.
My code keyboard is quite the clackety keyboard. Sorry about that.
Okay, so what did we say? Yeah, the idea was, can we just hide the issues? And where was I then? And settings. So I could try that. I'm sure it won't delete the items. Where is that? Statistic discussion. How do I hide the issues?
I don't see a way either. So
here maybe in issues. Nope.
I reckon if you hide the discussions tab, it hides the issues tab. I would put money on it. Just try it. Just try it and see what happens.
I'm Fred.
I tell you what, if I go to Orchard discussion, if I go to Orchard Codeplex and you hide it, I'll refresh my page.
Yeah, but I'm afraid of it. Well, it's fine. We have an export.
Go on.
Even for the discussions. Where is that?
All right, now save it. Okay.
The issues is still there.
Yeah.
Oh no, the issues tab's still there. Never mind.
Yep. Well, the discussion are still here.
Yeah, that's because you're signed in as an admin. I'm not.
How do we remove the issues?
I'll Google it while you're talking.
Do you know that it's even possible, Sebastian?
Well, look, yes. Look at that. On Umbraco, they did that. Because they were on Codeplex also, and then they moved last year.
Maybe they have a piece of script.
No. Oh, no, you can't do that. Or maybe I can, as maybe it's in the DB and they can change it. But I think you can say you want issues or not. I'm almost sure that's weird. So maybe it's somewhere. Yeah, so, yep. While I'm talking, Nick will find it.
That would be better then. If we could hide it all, but the links still worked and we can close all the issues, that'd be good.
Codeplex has got so much spam. It doesn't even matter what forum you go to. Jesus.
Okay, forum. So the forum. Last Thursday, we have created an orchard-discourse instance on Azure. It's up. There is a few accounts there. The ones who were on Thursday, like Kigan, Antoine, Daniel, with admin also, myself. It's linked to the GitHub authentication. So you can, when you authenticate your GitHub account, and I think this will be the recommended way because this way you can use the same account for forums and issues. It was buggy as hell, and then I bumped the VM size and it's better now. I also did an export of all the forum posts as of yesterday, and I can rerun it. And I gave the export to Daniel. So Daniel, is it done?
No, this was late last night, so I didn't do it yet. But we should ask everyone to register here with the same username that they have on GitHub so that the users can be linked.
Yep. At the same time, yeah, it's just for playing because if we might want to clean everything and do a re-import at some point, so we are just testing with this instance. Okay?
Yeah.
So you can use it, but don't put too much effort on that. We'll play a lot. It's a brand new instance. Even the email doesn't work. I haven't figured out how the email works there, how to configure it. It looks like it's using the Linux email sender, but I don't know how to configure that, and that's weird. Import.
So your thinking is when we get this up and running, we're gonna tear it down at some point and just do it again from scratch?
I don't know. This is what I had to do with the issues. So maybe we don't know. If you can support if your script can support updates, like I give you another batch of threads and you can just add the stuff and it will just work. That's good. Because in the meantime, people are still using the forum. There will be like 10 new discussions.
Yeah.
So this is something to do. Import ongoing. Orchard-discourse.cloudapp.net. And we'll also define a domain. If we keep on this instance, I need to talk to the guys from .NET Foundation, because they also have a forum which is also hosted on Discourse, and I assume on Azure. So I will have to check with them from their experience. It's just you can customize the links. I also thought about should we actually have our forum on their stuff, but I don't see any category specific to a different project, so maybe Nope. And then we'll have our own categories that we are moving from Codeplex. So good. This is ongoing from pages, issues, PRs. So we have a bunch of PRs on Codeplex still. Open and not opened, or approved and not approved. You see 54. So what we'll have to do is to close them all and ask devs to create them again on GitHub. So this is painful. We had to do that when we moved to Git from Mercurial 2 years ago, and we'll have to do it again. So close all PRs and ask devs to recreate them on GitHub. Already accepted or not. This is painful, and I know maybe some of you already have some of them which were waiting to be merged. The project itself, the project, Codeplex project. So keep the Codeplex project open. Try to make it as read-only as possible. Source code. So we could remove the source code.
Why would you want to?
I don't know.
Why would we not want to?
People will create PRs on the source code, but okay, close all PRs and also close all new PRs as they are created. Source code. Keep for now, okay? Because people are still dependent on that. You might have, correct. That's one thing I want to try right now. If you have an enlistment, like I do, like every one of you do, let me check if someone pushed something. In the meantime, Sipke, should we hate you? When was it? I think that's fine.
I saw this one on GitHub. Yeah, this is the latest one on GitHub as well.
So no, yeah. So Bertrand's is the latest one. Sure, he made it on purpose. 21 hours. I'm not sure. 21 hours ago. I'm not sure. I don't think this one is on. No, actually, this one is not on GitHub.
It is. It is, and I pushed another one on GitHub half an hour ago.
Okay, so it isn't. That's weird because I did that around that time. So okay. Luckily, so let's see.
I pushed. So that one I pushed to both origins.
Oh, okay.
And the latest one I pushed only to GitHub.
So we have nothing to take. And to everyone who is in the meeting, don't try to push anything on the source code. It will be useless. And everyone who has write access should be already in the meeting. 43, Nick. You should take a screenshot. Piotr, Zoltan, Benedek, Antoine is here. Yes. Daniel, Sipke, Stanley is no more. Okay, that should be good. Great. So this is good. So we'll keep it there, but we will just ignore the source code because everything, all the history, all the branches have been moved to GitHub. The only thing that is frustrating is that if you look at the contributors, it's like I only contributed for the last year. Crazy.
Have you figured out why that is?
Yes, because before I did not set my email in Mercurial. So all my Mercurial commits from 2010 here.
Well, then when you did the Mercurial to Git migration, something wasn't done right.
Yeah, and actually my first commit was exactly 5 years ago. Because I joined Microsoft on April 12, and it's
I bet
empty
you there's a
for-
way. I bet you there's a way to go back to all those commits.
You can always, but you have to rewrite the history and amend each commit with an email, and I think that will work. But I don't think I want to do that because rewriting a commit will change its SHA-1, I assume, so it will be bad. And even for Bertrand, I think
I've only done 8 commits. How have I only ever done 8 commits?
Maybe for the same reasons.
No, I've had the
Looks
same.
like everyone is a small fraction of what they really did.
Yeah, because Andre being the second contributor, well, the main contributor, no, it's actually the main contributor is Daniel in terms of lines of code, which is a joke.
Okay.
And look at that, Piedon, Zoltan, only 1,000 new lines?
Phil Hack is above me.
Yeah, you guys.
Even Lombik is better than Zoltan. No way.
Phil Hack is beating me on Orchard commits.
Yep.
He's
Yeah,
number 2.
Sebastian, this isn't representative of the truth, unfortunately.
No, but this user, yeah, that's weird. But yeah, because of the emails, if you have set up the emails correctly, and your email is linked to GitHub actually also. So if you go in your settings and you define the emails, you see I have my 2 emails here. Maybe if I don't know if I'm using this one or this one.
Well, I know Bitbucket lets you map unknown emails to Bitbucket usernames. I imagine GitHub has something similar.
You can have a private email if you want. You can't map a username. I don't see here. Just an email.
Yeah, you know what? For Bitbucket, I think it's only for the purpose of hyperlinking the user, but it doesn't modify the commit. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
So that's fine. We'll see.
So what about commit messages now? Should they still be in the same format when it comes to work item linking and stuff?
Yes. Well, actually, it will work. Yes. Let's take one. Let's take one. That's weird, actually. How did this? Oh, okay. So when we used to push a fix, let's take one from Sipke here, because Sipke does it well. So the name should be the same, okay? So GitHub will understand that. So if you say number 21304, GitHub will understand the pound sign and link to the issue just by mentioning a number like this. And I'm not sure if you say also fixed, if you have to say fix and a number, and it will link, only in this case. And the link will be a link to the SHA-1. So let's take a resolved one, enclosed. So fixed in change set. So this is issue 5123. So if you say, I will add a comment. Test comment. You see because you use pound, it will work. So we should keep the same. We should do the same thing.
Okay, will it only link, or will it also resolve the?
No, it
issue?
won't resolve. Resolve is an operation you have to say close. This is
Okay.
So we no longer need to say workspace item colon and then
Nope.
issue number.
Yeah.
No longer necessary.
correct. Just using the same pound number colon, and so yeah, I want to delete it, and I can. So you just do something like this. Oh, and you see it's beautiful because when you type pound, it tells you which one you can use. And then you do that, and you say fixing blah, 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 whatever. And the comment like this. So this line, like we did in Codeplex, should be less than 80 chars or something like this. And And this one can be as long as you want. And if you want to link to the commit, then you need to say fixed in and put the SHA-1 or the beginning of SHA-1 of the commit. So let me show you. If I take a commit.
What? You have to do that in your commit message?
Nope. Okay, so how does it work then? No, correct. No, you're right. You're right. It's the chicken and egg issue. Maybe if you use the word fix in your commit message, it will link to the. Okay, that's it. Okay. So okay. In the commit message, if you say fix a number, it will link. I will read out the doc and I will let you know because it's correctly documented. I'm just lost between the commit itself and the commit message and what links to what and the issue also.
Okay, but we shouldn't have to type work item anything anymore anyway.
And I'm sure some of you already know what to do because I've used GitHub for a long time. I use it also, but I'm not that picky on my projects.
Out of curiosity, Sebastian, what was the reason before on Codeplex that we had to do the work item ID twice in the commit message?
No, just in the title so that when we look at the status, we know what it's doing here. So we use the work item number. Oh, it's a bug fix for this one. And the work item here is for Codeplex itself to close automatically and assign the commit to this work item.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And it was closing automatically. It was beautiful. I liked it.
In your example just a second ago, you typed first on the first line the ID and the 80 character wide message, and then you had an empty line before the. Is that empty line necessary?
I don't think so. Interesting. So if you want to know what you should do. Hacker News search. Where is the search? I just want a search box. He was interviewed last week or the week before. Maybe this one. Because it's a 10 years of Git, so he had an interview, and he explained. Yeah, not this one. There's an explanation on how a Git commit log should be written and why. Yeah, so well. I'll look at the doc from GitHub and I'll make it clear next week.
Sounds good.
Or during triage. Okay, so this source code, keep it for now. To do commit message. Source code, keep it for now. And okay, oh yes. What I wanted to do is, if I just change my remote, then it should just work. Because some of you have are just merging the origin repository to your own local branch or your own remotes, and I assume it should just. And also, for instance, myself, I have local branches that I don't want to lose. I don't want to clone a new repository and lose my local branches. So what I will do is origin. I should just to change that because same SHA-1 and everything. So if I go to Orchard and I take the URL here, save changes, origin, okay, close. And Bertrand says there are some new commits. So I will just do a fetch and I should see it. And it's beautiful. You see?
Wow.
Thank you, Git.
Power of Git, yeah.
The power of Git. So let's write it down. Source code, keep it for now. Change your remotes origin, usually, to that. And that's it. Beautiful. Look at that. So Bertrand is the first one to use GitHub to push something.
He was the last one to use Codeplex and the first one to use GitHub.
On purpose. I'm sure it's on purpose.
You think I'm so vain?
No, you can say no. It was just a try if it still worked. So, okay. So project, PR, pages, forum, issues, the Net Foundation. We just need to update the links on the project. Project code site, info site. Yes. Oh, there is something else. Source code. I will put it under the Net Foundation. I need to update the links, the source code link on this page. This, we also need to integrate the CLA bot. They have a tool which is plugged with GitHub, so that whenever someone submits a pull request, there will be a step that there will be a message on their pull request telling them to sign the CLA if the pull request is bigger than a specific amount of lines, and it's an automatic online process. Okay, this will be much simpler to participate to Orchard, and I will need to set it up with them. It should be very easy. If you have, yeah.
What about downloads? Do we need to set up releases on the
Yes.
GitHub?
And it's already done. Actually, it did that automatically based on tags. We found the repo. You will go in the releases here, and it found some tags. 8.1. I don't know why it found this one and not the others, like 8.10, and it proposes a zip file for that, and it shows you which commit it is. So we can also edit that. We can edit each release and provide more. You see, make explicit ones, or maybe it was because of a tag. I don't know. No, add release notes, so maybe a specific tag they found, or a tag on master. I don't know. So we can define explicit release notes, release zip files, and they can be also done automatically if we use the correct tags. So we'll see. And I already changed the homepage on there to point to our Orchard GitHub there, but the release itself, I didn't change it. That's fine for now because the old release is the same. The new release, we'll ship the new release, will point to the GitHub repository. So yes, release. That, and I think that's good. CI, I will change the CI to the GitHub repo. That will be also pretty easy, just changing the source. Oh, so change to test against. And we might also want, now we are in GitHub, to do the unit, run the unit test, run the unit tests on PRs because it's cheap, not the integration test. because integration tests are very slow, and TeamCity was already, well, CodeBetter was already complaining that we were taking a lot of resources with our integration test. So we don't want to run each PR, because when you assign the PRs with the unit test, every time there is a new commit on the dev branch, then all the PRs will have a fake merge in GitHub and run the unit test again to just say, oh, the PR now doesn't work anymore with the current dev branch. So we just want to run the unit tests, which are pretty fast. But that will be also a nice thing. And not only you can run the unit test, but let me show you what it looks like. GitHub.com. So when someone creates a pull request, you see this little tick. It's green if your pull request passed all the tests. So when you create a pull request, we have nothing to do to let people know that it failed the unit test, and they need to do something. And there's a link to the TeamCity. So if you click on that, and you see merge with caution because they don't pass the unit test, so you just need to click on the link here, and it links you to the TeamCity build, which failed and why it failed. And I'm using actually the same TeamCity server for this test. So that's beautiful. So we need the same tick. Who is Skyping during the Orchard meeting? It's Nick.
Sorry, mute me. Sorry, I'll mute myself.
Or mute your Skype. Okay. So I think that's good. So everyone is happy with the change, with moving to GitHub?
Very.
It will be also much easier to request and for people to create pull requests and do changes. And also you will see that the issues also look already prettier. Look at that. This one. We have nice code syntax. It supports CSS also. I changed I changed one yesterday, I think, just to see if it was working. Because we can even edit existing comments to make them more beautiful. And sorry for the spam yesterday. Your mailboxes were full. Okay, nice. I will start this and I will still watch. Good. Nobody has forked it yet. It has to change. Already changed. Cool. Good job. Forks. I don't see the forks. Interesting. Okay. Question on this migration? Are we missing something?
I do think that we should remove the source code from Codeplex.
Keep it for now.
Reason. Yeah, but why? It'll only confuse people. Has no value.
Okay,
there.
we should just tell them change that, and okay, that could make sense. Maybe if we remove source code, they lose their pull request. If we remove the source code tab, we lose all the pull request tabs. So we should first close all PRs.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Nick, I told you, mute your Skype. Okay, that's good. So now we are waiting for Daniel. If you want help Daniel, just let people know. Will do.
For the forums, I will ask on Codeplex what we can do. If we just need to change a banner or how to remove the issues tab, things like that. Okay, so what else? What did we miss? So new stuff. I think we still have some blocking issues. We'll check it on Thursday, but with GitHub we can do something like is open and labels. Oh no, issues, labels, hi, and milestone. Look at that, beautiful. Oh, actually, just hi, we already see that. We see milestone 1.9, 1.9, 1.9, 1.82, and future version, so localized route. Yeah, this one is high, but future version. So we are, this is a big bug. Test failing. Yes, some tests are failing. 5 tests are failing. I'm sure it's just the test which has to be updated because now there is layout in the page by default, and the tests have to be updated. And this one can be,
I'll check that.
yeah, and this one can be reprod. Oh, maybe because the test was tested in 1.x, I don't know, I will check. And this one can be reprod. And there was no update since the last 12 days, so we'll just close it. Can we close it? Boom, closed. Can we do N? No, there is no way to go to the next one. We should also look into the keyboard shortcuts now. They have new ones. Great. What else? So, oh yes, Daniel, you want to tell us about the output cache changes?
Yeah, so I basically merged all of the output cache related fixes that I made in the feature branch into one 9int. Before I did that, I tested it pretty rigorously, every scenario I could think of, and it all works. And I couldn't reproduce the issue that you mentioned with duplicate rendered outputs ever. This other guy, JT Cache, I don't know his real name, he also did some testing. Excuse me?
Jean-Thierry Kéchichon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Yeah, he also did some testing and he found the same. And regarding IIS kernel cache, I tried my darndest to get that to work both on my branch and in 1.8.1 where you said it was working before, but it's not working in either. So I know for sure that I haven't broken it.
Good. Fixed layout and shape rendering from background processes.
Yeah, so there was an issue during indexing in the background, which we, what happens when we want to index, layouts, yeah. But that was failing, and that the initial issue was that there was no current theme. We couldn't solve the current theme because there wasn't a HTTP context. So there's another way, of course, to get the current theme. Because we needed that to get the shape tables. So actually, yeah, can't recall exactly how we got the current theme. I think by reading the settings. In any case, that was copied from existing code from Orchard Framework. But then other issues occurred because of a null HTTP context. So we used the placeholder HTTP context object. But apparently, when rendering certain views in the background, require certain properties to be implemented on this HTTP context. So I had to update that placeholder HTTP context class, including browser property and some other things. And what concerns me is that this did work before and suddenly it doesn't. So I'm not sure why. But now it works, but I don't understand why it worked before and then it suddenly stopped working.
Yeah, we've been implementing this class as we needed more specific properties. And because you see, we override everything one by one when we see it's missing.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what you see here.
Yeah, array list. Okay.
It's not my API.
I know. That's fine. Okay, so still fixing the blocking bugs. And Bertrand still working on the deployment feature. Good. So triage on Thursday. Am I missing something? Does anyone have a question? Topic? 1 minute topic. Sorry, no demos today. I don't know if any of you had some demos to do. But GitHub is the main thing to do right now. We are good? Right.
Hold on. So 1.9, did we talk about it?
Yes, we are blocked on high issues.
Oh, okay.
Blocking
How many
issues.
do we have?
3 or 4.
Okay.
We just closed one. Where were you? Issues.
Dosing.
Look, issues, filter on labels, and high.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Test failing, but this should be very simple to fix. Just the tests are wrong. Search settings don't properly persist, and this is blocking. And this should be easy to fix.
On the other hand, it's not new to 1.9. But yeah.
Isn't it?
No, it's not. It's been there since 1.8, I think.
No, because
since you added multiple indexes.
Yes, and it's just in 1.x.
Wasn't it in 1.8?
I don't think so.
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was because I have it on an instance that is 1.8.
Okay, so then we should retarget it to 1.8.
Yeah, we should fix it anyway.
And MySQL, if no one who cares about it fixes it, then we won't fix it. Probably. Or maybe just to ping people. Well, ping them. They won't receive anything because they are just mentioned in the comments. Oh, I can do that. This is also what's beautiful. Let's see. And this way they will receive the notification. So Valence and who else? Westcock, I don't know. He didn't provide his GitHub account, but at least this one. See it, folks. If you want to, if you mention someone in GitHub and this someone is watching the repository, even not maybe, they will receive a notification by mail or someone mentioned you. This is how you ping people in GitHub. That's nice. So yes, it's almost ready. And very simple things to do. Not for MySQL, but at least, yeah. And this one is 1 year old, so it's not a regression. It just didn't work. It's a bug.
I was wondering, Sebastian, if maybe we should go through and update the version numbers in the code and the assemblies and so forth. Do you usually do that?
Oh, yes. All the time, yeah. Before the release. When everything is ready, I update all the versions and prepare it for, if you look at the history and master, you will see.
Okay.
Great. Thanks, everyone. See you on Thursday.
See you on Thursday.
See
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.